Madden.
Madden. Yeah, absolutely right. You know what? The first Madden cover I ever saw was Madden 18, and that was actually no, that was Tom Brady. Madden 19 was Antonio Brown. Madden 20. Yeah. Look, let's continue. This is Madden 12.
A game most you have played, has featured many iconic players on the cover. This list includes record breakers, Super Bowl winners, and Hall of Famers. Then, it includes this guy, a guy who played at a dying position on a team that has been dead for a long time.
How on earth did he make it to the Madden cover? How? I don't know his stats. I don't know his fucking size. I don't know his weight. I know his position. He played fullback, went to running back for the Browns. How on earth did this guy get on the cover? Let's find out.
The winner is PEYTON HILLIS.
In 2006, in a division with LSU, Alabama, and Auburn, Arkansas didn't seem to stand a chance. With a record below 500 in 2005, they seemed like a far cry from winning the division. But when you have a guy as good as Darren McFadden in your backfield, anything is possible.
Mate, I don't care about Darren McFadden. We're talking about PEYTON HILLIS.
Behind Kenny Irons. Boy, he hits that hole.
Oh, Jesus creepers. Oh my God, that is some pace. That is some real pace. Okay.
He still holds up today as one of the best college running backs that I've ever watched. And alongside him, Felix Jones was as good of a complimentary back to him as you could get. Even with McFadden putting up the numbers he did, Jones filled the stat sheet up with relative dominance.
1600, 1100, yeah,
and then you had the heart and soul of the backfield. A guy who did the dirty work for McFadden and Jones while putting in his fair share of points on the board.
Flare pass out to the near side, wide open, PEYTON HILLIS.
PEYTON HILLIS, alright, so he played fullback. He played fullback in college, came to the league, came to the big leagues, apparently transferred from fullback to running back, because I can't imagine that any fullback, so to speak, would make the Madden cover.
Down Razorbacks.
In a dramatic season where Arkansas reached a ranking as high as number 5, they went on to win the division and represent the SEC West in the conference championship. Even though they went on to lose that game, the unlikely regular season would make this team a nationwide.
Well, I still haven't seen Hillis much at all. I mean, what's going on here?
And the hype for Jones and McFadden,
excuse me.
at the next level was a major talking point. But for Hillis, not so much. After a dominant 2007 season, Darren McFadden was hyped up as a franchise.
Damn, bro, that is some speed. Either way, guys, let's look at this title. Let's look at the title of the video. At the end of the day, the NFL's most bizarre one-year wonder. This is in college. We're talking about, professional football. The most bizarre one-year wonder. I just still can't grasp what we're about to see. Honestly. What are we about to see? Are we about to see a 1,500 yards and 15 rushing touchdowns from a guy who played fullback but got converted to running back? That's what I'm assuming. Only time will tell. Let's get into it.
Player. And Felix Jones wasn't too far off, as they both were drafted in the first round of the 2008 NFL Draft. And as the draft went by, and selections became less and less talked about,
tell me you got
in the 7th
drafted
round, the Denver Broncos decided why not, and they picked up fullback PEYTON HILLIS. This was a glorious moment for Arkansas football.
So 2 running backs in the first round and 1 back in the 7th round. 3 backs from Arkansas in the exact same year.
They expect him to take the next step and get to the next level. As Mike Shanahan said, he has the it factor, the intangible. He is a great leader, and when the season ends and you're looking at the top quarterbacks in the league, they both expect the name Jay Cutler to be right there.
Well, to be honest, guys, the only Jay Cutler I know is the four-time Mr. Olympia, but let's continue.
Nope, they're not going to run the ball. Got him. Oh, my God.
Another man is open, and if he breaks the tackle, he could be gone. Darrell Jackson off to the races, and the Broncos are in the end zone again. Denver 20.
After starting the season hot, Denver was very hopeful, but things quickly took a turn, and by the end, it had only gotten worse. The Broncos ended the season in very disappointing fashion, and legendary coach Mike Shanahan was
Well,
fired.
I mean, it's still first in their division.
But they did show promise with their rookie class. With multiple injuries in the backfield, one unexpected rookie was thrown into the fire. Peyton Hillis played a stretch of 5 to 6 games as a fill-in running back. He admitted at one point that it definitely felt different playing pure running back instead of fullback. Yet, he did quite well.
Yeah, it felt different, but it's got to feel good.
Cutler dropping the throw.
It's got to feel good.
He steps, floats one for Hillis. Hillis makes the catch.
Oh, what a catch. What kind of speed has he got? Oh, not game-breaking speed, but he's fast enough.
And will be pulled out of bounds.
Look at that.
The Miami
What a catch.
30.
What a catch.
Cutler play.
1 year wonder, the most bizarre 1 year wonder ever. What are we going to see here? Well, they're 5 yards out. Well, it's the fourth quarter. Could be first and goal, could be second and goal, could be third and goal, could be fourth and goal. What are we going to see?
Fake. Rolling to his right. Floats one to the corner of the end zone. And Peyton Hillis is having the game of his life. Peyton Hillis, his 7th reception of the game from a yard out. This one goes.
Hang on. First 6 games of the season, 18 total yards, 0 touchdowns. Next 6 games, 504 total yards. That's almost, well, that's averaging 85 yards a game. And 6 touchdowns. That is bizarre.
But he did end up tearing his hamstring, making him the 5th back on the team to be placed on injured reserve. And by the next season, his 15 minutes...
Well, he certainly didn't injure his hamstring on that play. Let's watch that again. That's Adrian Peterson, straight up. Look, there's not many guys out there that'll run that hard into a defensive line.
Hillis, his 7th reception of the game from a yard out. This one goes for a Denver touchdown.
But he did...
Fucking hell!
Making him
he
the
fumbled.
5th back on the team to be placed on injured reserve.
I mean, I literally thought he fumbled the ball, but he fumbled his helmet.
And by the next season, his 15 minutes of fame seemed to be up. The Broncos used a first-round pick on running back No.
How did this guy make the cover of Madden 2012? What? He must have done something extremely special.
Sean Marino, who immediately became the full-time back. Hillis would only get 13 carries all season. And after Jay Cutler left the year before, new head coach Josh McDaniels was
13 carries all season. That's an absolute tragedy.
in desperate need of a quarterback.
The top stories coming out of the NFL. Brady Quinn has been traded from the Cleveland Browns to the Denver Broncos today. In exchange, Denver gets Peyton Hillis, a fullback, a 6th-round pick in 2011, and a conditional pick in 2012.
Peyton Hillis was sent where NFL players' careers go to die.
What, to the Browns? Oh, that's pretty harsh. That's fairly harsh, mate. That's fairly harsh.
In 2010, the Browns did not improve. They actually were worse statistically. They ranked second to last in total offense, with 3 different starting quarterbacks all doing their fair share of the damage. This stacked up to yet another abysmal season.
13 TDs to 18
for Peyton
interceptions.
Hillis.
This Hillis is a
Go Hillis. Go Hillis. Go Hillis. I'm assuming Ray Lewis tried to knock this guy's head off.
business on 3rd and 5 for Peyton Hillis. A one-handed catch.
He's a receiving running back too. What a season. What a season. Oh my god. Way to stay alive. Breaks the tackle there. Stiff arms this count. He's got fairly decent speed too.
Off the left side. Inside the
Stiff arm. And he's in.
The 240-pound monster terrorized opponents. A fair share of fans didn't even know who this guy was, and he had quickly become the most popular name on the team.
That's insane. That is really insane. Like, no one would have picked that. But the thing is, I mean, if he's coming into any... Look, the thing is, if you're coming into any of the 32 NFL teams as the RB1, as the starting running back, you're going to get yards, you're going to get carries, and it's up to you what you want to do with it. And lo and behold.
I wonder how the Broncos felt about this. I can imagine their front office thinking, we traded this guy for a backup quarterback? Yeah, Brady Quinn never even played it down in Denver. I know it's been a while, but there was a week when the NFL spotlight surrounded Cleveland after one of the most shocking games in recent memory.
Already up 3-0. Power formation.
Oh! Go Hillis! Get in, son! Get in, son! And this is all part of his season, right? His breakout season. Oh, there he is. There he is. You know what? This video is based around a certain player. I need to know his stats. I can't continue this video without knowing his stats. So let's get into it.
Nick Minute.
And yes, I know Wikipedia is not the most reliable stats, but 6'2", 250 pounds, got picked up in the 7th round of the 2008 draft with pick number 227. Went to the Broncos, played 2 seasons. Went to the Browns, played 2 seasons. Went to the Chiefs, played 1 season. Went to the Bucks for the 2013 season, and then finished his career at the Giants for 2 seasons. In his career NFL statistics as a fullback / running back, 2,832 yards, 23 rushing touchdowns, 1,050 receiving yards, and 3 receiving touchdowns. Okay, alright. Now, let's have a look at his... Well, it's okay, alright, yeah, no, I never like seeing stats from a pro day as opposed to an actual NFL combine, but he was measured at 6 foot and 3/4 of an inch. Almost, look, 185. I call myself 185. I certainly don't call myself 6 foot and 3/4 of an inch. I call myself 6'1" at 185. So there you go. 6'1", 240 pounds. 4.57 for the 40-yard dash. 35 inches on the vertical jump. 9'9" on the board jump. 26 reps on the bench press. And a 45 on the Wonderlic. A 45 on the What? Look, mate, we're talking about his 2012 Madden cover season, but no one's mentioned his 45 on the Wonderlic. I mean, the maximum score is a 50. You've got 50 questions in 12 minutes, and he got 45. What? I have to get some information on that. He's look, that's an IQ of like 130 or above. Surely. 45 on the Wonderlic. You've got to be kidding me. Either way, all I wanted to really see was his height and weight, 40-yard dash, and vertical jump. So we've got, 6'1", 240 pounds, 4.57 for 40-yard dash. I mean, anything under 4.6 is fucking quick, and 35 inches on the vertical jump. So there you go. 26 reps on the bench. I mean, he's fucking strong. And 45 on the Wonderlic. I feel like that's a typo. It's almost unbelievable. Either way, we continue. Actually, you know what? I need to know his stats. I'm going to look at his stats. I didn't want to, but I will. 2010, 16 games played, 14 games started, 270 rushing attempts for 1,177 rushing yards, an average of 4.4 per attempt, a longest of 48, and 11 rushing touchdowns, 61 receptions for 477 yards, an average of 7.8 per reception, and a longest receiving play of 47, and 2 receiving touchdowns, bringing his total all scrimmage yards to over 1,600, 13 all scrimmage touchdowns. Apparently, that got him on the cover of the Madden game for 2012. Really? 1,177 yards. I mean, the next year he got 587, the next year he got 309, the next year he got 247, and his final year with the New York Giants he got 115. So it went from, it certainly his peak. 1,177 rushing yards. 11 rushing touchdowns. Well, let's continue.
Since this glorious day as a Browns fan, the Patriots have played in 125 games, regular season and playoffs. There was only one other time that they were beaten by at least 20 points. The Falcons almost had a chance to be on this list, but yeah, anyway. Peyton Hillis was the star of the game, racking up his best stat line of the entire season. He would end the season with...
Look, 184 yards in the game, but I mean, it's not as if he got 2,000 yards in the season. I mean, a guy like Chris Johnson, you'd assume, would make the cover of Madden, right? But Peyton Hillis, I mean, what? He didn't even make 1,200 yards, but he still made the cover? Why? Why?
double-digit touchdowns, giving a little bit of life back to a desperate fan base. For Madden the following year, to choose who was on the cover, they did a March Madness style bracket.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is it. This is how it happened. So Peyton Hillis goes up against Ray Rice. Well, I've got no idea who the fuck Ray Rice is. Actually, look at these names. Aaron Rodgers, Ndamukong Suh, Sam Bradford, Larry Fitzgerald, Hakeem Hicks, Brian Orakpo, Daddy Woodhead, Steve Johnson, Maurice Jones-Drew, Dwight Freeney, Jamal Charles, Tim Tebow, Ray Rice, Peyton Hillis, Matt Ryan, Jordan Gross, and the list goes on and on and on. Let's continue.
Chosen by the fans. The championship round came down to Michael Vick and Peyton Hillis. Two very different paths of getting to this point. Peyton Hillis was still in high school when Michael Vick was on the cover of Madden 04. You all know Hillis won, and he won by a landslide vote. This officially makes him the strangest cover athlete in the history of Madden. Looking into the next season,
let's just go back just quickly. Let's just see the names on the list, and let's just see where Michael Vick was. Because Michael Vick was on the opposite side of the ball against DeMarcus Ware, who must have gone up against the winner of Chris Johnson and Andre Johnson. I'm going to assume it's Chris Johnson. There's some names there. Anyway, let's continue.
And it would be chosen by the fans. The championship round came down to Michael Vick and Peyton Hillis. Two very different paths of getting to this point. Peyton Hillis was still in high school when Michael Vick was on the cover of Madden 04. You all know Hillis won, and he won by a landslide vote. This officially makes him the strangest cover athlete in the history of Madden. Looking into the next season, the Browns had something to build around. Peyton Hillis seemed like the perfect choice to represent the people of Cleveland. He was a hardworking, blue-collar kind of guy, and would do whatever it took to help his football team win. Or at least that's what we thought. He made it clear he was ready to get paid. Since he was making less than $1 million a year...
Surely he got paid. Surely.
After what he did the season before, I don't blame him. But sometimes money brings the worst out in people. Early in the season, Hillis missed a game because of strep throat. What? For a guy as tough as Hillis apparently was, that was odd. And when the Browns had no...
Hey, look, man. I've had my tonsils removed, believe it or not. I had 6 bouts of strep throat in 12 months. And that will bring anyone down. I'm not going to say that he's talking shit. But at the end of the day, if he did not get paid... Speaking of deals... Due to his breakout season, Hills was the Browns' finalist in the Madden NFL cover vote. After upsetting Ray Rice, Matt Ryan, and Super Bowl MVP Aaron Rodgers, he advanced to the finals where he faced off against Michael Vick. On April 27, 2011, Hillis was announced as the cover athlete for the game, beating out Vick with 66% of the vote. Coming into the 2011 season. Strep throat, yes, okay. Injured his hamstring 2 times. We've got no numbers here. Oh no, here we go. Okay. October 16th, 2013. 2 seasons and 2 years after making the cover of Madden 12, he signed a $1.8 million contract for 2 years with the Giants. Okay. He retired in 2015 at his doctor's behest due to his history of concussions and the potential of future injury. Hillis also claimed in an interview, "As far as NFL football goes, my heart's just not in it anymore."
And they were desperate for him to return. he would play very limited action on dealing with an apparent lingering hamstring problem.
I mean, let's be honest. Hopefully he's still got some money.
Rumors began swirling. It seemed pretty obvious that Hillis was protesting the Browns. But there was one ridiculous story that swirled, saying that Hillis considered retiring from football to join the CIA. Yeah, that was a lie. Hillis wasn't happy about that rumor either. But it did become apparent to players in the locker room. Hillis was refusing to play. And offensive tackle Joe Thomas didn't hold back. Quote, "It was a terrible distraction. He crippled our offense. We were struggling to find anybody who could carry the ball after all the injuries we had. To have Peyton going through a contract dispute and basically refusing to play."
Well, look, it looks as if Hillis is carrying the ball pretty damn well. I'm not quite sure what's going on there.
It was a big distraction. After the Browns did whatever it took to get Peyton Hillis, their new hero on the Madden cover, at the end of the season, they had refused to pay the man and didn't want anything to do with him. Hillis would never play for the Browns again. Things continued to take a massive turn. As fast as Hillis rose up, his career took a nosedive. He never came close to what he did in 2010, and after another 3 mediocre seasons, he was out of the league entirely. He did say after he was done that he had lost his desire to play the game. This could be due to the whole contract situation, who knows.
That's okay. That's okay. You know, for someone to come out and actually admit it, that he's over it, he wants to leave, that's okay. I mean, I respect that. I actually do respect that. And look, his best years were with Cleveland. He went to Kansas City for a year. Then he went to the Giants for 2 years. Look, he was a fullback originally. He was a fullback. I mean, a fullback that gets thrust into the spotlight to be an RB1, you know, a running back. I mean, hey, he made the cover of Madden, for God's sake. That's incredible.
How it went down, he will forever remain a mystery. And a massive 1 year.
And yeah, he had a
wonder.
4.55 second 40-yard dash.
Bizarre, odd,
Nothing
but
crazy.
no one will ever be able to take away what he did in 2010. When you're a Browns fan like me, you cherish the few great moments. Like giving a 240-pound fullback the ball and beating the Patriots by 20. Just imagine being a defender in a one-on-one situation. The last guy you'd want to tackle.
Well, he don't run like a fullback, and he certainly don't hurdle like a fullback. Have a look at this. Ah! Get out of my way, G. Get out of my way. Oh, mate. Against the Panthers. You know what? That was probably the best thing we've seen thus far. You know, actually seeing him in action. You know, full speed, lowering his shoulder and trucking motherfuckers. Right, guys, thanks for watching. That was another video in the books. Meet the NFL's most bizarre one-year wonder, Peyton Hillis. First Madden game I actually bought was 2018, and I've continued from there. 2012, that's way before my time. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys have taken something from it. If you've smiled, at the very least, that's all I can hope for. If you've laughed, that's something else. If you've enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe for more, and I will see you in the next one. Peace and much love.